Morning, everyone. Great to be here and be with such esteemed company. So my tip for this morning for everybody, we're living in an interesting age. We always used to get information through publication, whether we read newspapers, whether it was on television, all the information that we received was through publication. But for so many of us today, that's no longer the case. For a lot of us, we're getting a lot of our information, I mean, today is a great example, through conversation. And so what we've entered really is an era of social influence. Now, many of you might say, well, that's not really new, is it? I mean, we've talked to other people, we've listened to other people, we've asked other people for advice. But when we live in a world where everybody has a channel, whether it's a Google Hangout, whether it's YouTube, whether it's their Twitter account, whether it's their blog, when we live in a world where everybody has an opportunity to get involved, to have an opinion, and let everybody else know about that opinion, it means that we now live in a world where social influence is kind of on speed. It's gone ballistic. And what that means is when we look around, it means there are some big influencers out there, because in any network, not everybody is created equal. And when we look at influence, I'd suggest that influence comes in two waves. Firstly, it comes in reach. So it might be that particular people in your network or particular people in your industry have a bigger reach than others. What they say, just there's a ripple effect. It goes out to more people than anyone else. And there's also then a question of resonance. And resonance is not necessarily that I go out to a lot of people, but when I speak, people actually listen. They actually want to know what I say, and again, it has a big influence on others around me. So when we're looking at influencers, I would suggest to everybody, and I'm doing this with a lot of my clients now, that we really look at our vertical markets, whether we work in geographical locations, whether we work in market sectors, however we work, that we look at these marketplaces and we say, who are the biggest influencers around? And today there's some really, really good software to help us do that. I'm just declare no interest in this at all. I'm not on any commission or anything like that. But three that I'd mention just to give people a steer on this. One is called Opinions, another one called Tracker, and another one called Sock Metrics. And there are plenty of others if you were to Google influencer software. But the idea